My name is Ava. I am 16 years old. It is summer. The weather is warm and sunny. The sky is blue every day. I love summer. I want to tell you about my summer days. They are quiet and peaceful. Every day is simple, but I enjoy it. I wake up early in the morning. I open my eyes and smile. The sun shines through my window. I hear birds singing outside. I stretch my arms and sit up in bed. I feel happy and ready for the day. I go to the bathroom. I wash my face. I brush my teeth. My toothbrush is pink. It is my favorite color. I look in the mirror. I comb my long brown hair. I like to keep it neat. Then I go to the kitchen. My mom is already there. She is making breakfast. She is making pancakes. They smell so good. I help her set the table. I take out plates, forks, and glasses. My little brother Tim comes in. He is still sleepy. He is 8 years old. He yawns and sits at the table. We all eat together. The pancakes are soft and sweet. I put syrup and strawberries on mine. Tim puts too much syrup on his and makes a mess. We all laugh. After breakfast, I go to my room. I open my closet and pick out a dress. I wear my favorite summer dress. It is yellow with small white flowers. It is light and soft. I brush my hair again and put on my sandals. Then I grab my bag and go outside. The sun is bright and warm. The air smells fresh. I walk slowly. I feel the breeze on my face. I hear dogs barking and people talking. The flowers in the garden are open. Bees are buzzing. I see butterflies flying around. I walk to the park near my house. I like this park. It is green and quiet. There are many trees. There is a small pond. The birds are singing. I feel peaceful here. I see my best friend Emma. She is waiting for me near the playground. We hug and smile. We are happy to see each other. We walk together through the park. We talk about summer. Emma wants to visit her grandparents. I want to go to the beach with my family. We laugh and tell jokes. Then we stop at the ice cream stand. It is small, but very popular. I choose strawberry ice cream. Emma picks chocolate. We sit on a wooden bench and eat our cones. The ice cream is cold and sweet. It melts quickly. I lick mine fast so it doesn't drip. After we finish, we go to the playground. We go on the swings. We swing high in the air. We feel like we are flying. Then we go down the slide. We play like children. We laugh and have fun. Then we see some boys playing soccer. They ask if we want to join. We say yes. I am not good at soccer. I run slowly, but I try my best. Emma is fast. She kicks the ball hard. She scores a goal. We cheer for her. After the game, we are tired. We sit under a big tree and drink water. We talk about movies. Emma likes action movies. I like romantic comedies. We talk about music too. We both like pop songs. We sing a little. We rest and enjoy the breeze. Then we decide to go to the lake. It is a little far. So we take our bikes. I love riding my bike. The road is smooth. The wind touches my face. We pass trees and houses. After some time, we reach the lake. The lake is big and blue. The water looks cool. We find a spot on the grass. We lay down a blanket. I brought sandwiches, fruit and chips. Emma brought lemonade and cookies. We sit and eat our picnic. It is simple but tasty. After eating, we change into swimsuits. We go into the water. It is cold at first, but we get used to it. We swim and splash each other. We laugh and play. I float on my back and look at the sky. The clouds are white and soft. I feel happy and relaxed. We get out of the water and sit on the grass. The sun is warm. We dry off and rest. We close our eyes. I almost fall asleep. The sound of water is calm. Time goes slowly. After a while, we decide to go home. We pack our things and get on our bikes. We ride back to the park. Emma needs to go home. We hug and say goodbye. I feel a little sad, but I know we will meet again soon. When I get home, my mom is in the kitchen. She is cooking dinner. It smells nice. We are having grilled chicken and vegetables. I help her set the table. My dad comes home from work. Tim runs to him and hugs him. We all sit down to eat. We talk about our day. The food is hot and tasty. After dinner, I help wash the dishes. Then I go to my room. I turn on some music. I sit at my desk. I take out my sketchbook and pencils. I like to draw. Drawing helps me relax. I draw the lake and the picnic. I try to draw the trees and the water. I color the sky blue and the sun yellow. Then I put away my pencils. I open my diary. I write about my day. I write about Emma, the park, the ice cream, and the lake. I write that I am happy. I am enjoying my summer. I brush my teeth. I wash my face again. I change into my pajamas. I say goodnight to my family. Then I get into bed. I think about my day. I remember the sunshine, the laughter, and the quiet moments. I feel sleepy. I close my eyes. I smile and fall asleep. Before I share the rest of my story, I need to know, where are you listening from? Knowing someone hears me, understands me, gives me strength. The next morning, I woke up early again. The sun was already shining. The sky was clear and blue. I opened my window. The air was cool and fresh. I could hear birds singing in the trees. I smiled and got out of bed. I stretched and went to the bathroom. I washed my face and brushed my teeth. Then I combed my hair and got dressed. I wore shorts and a white t-shirt. It was going to be another warm day. I walked to the kitchen. My mom was cooking breakfast. Today she made eggs and toast. The smell was very nice. I helped her set the table. We put out the plates, forks, and glasses. My brother Tim came to the table. He looked more awake than yesterday. We sat down and ate together. The eggs were soft and warm. I put ketchup on mine. Tim made a funny face again, and we laughed. After breakfast, I decided to visit my grandparents. They live in the same town. I packed a small bag and rode my bike to their house. The ride was short and pleasant. I saw people walking their dogs. I waved at them, and they smiled. When I arrived, my grandparents were happy to see me. They gave me big hugs. My grandma made cookies. They smelled sweet and fresh from the oven. We sat in the living room and talked. My grandpa told me stories from when he was young. I love his stories. He makes them sound exciting and funny. My grandma showed me her garden. It was full of flowers and vegetables. She grows tomatoes, carrots, and green beans. I helped her water the plants. I liked being in the garden. It was quiet and peaceful. The flowers looked beautiful in the sunlight. After that, we went back inside. My grandma gave me a small bag of cookies to take home. I thanked her and hugged both of them again. I promised to visit them again soon. Then I rode my bike back home. When I got home, my mom was surprised and happy. I gave her the flowers I picked. She smiled and put them in a vase. The flowers made the kitchen look bright and cheerful. In the afternoon, I went to my room. I picked a book from my shelf. It was a mystery novel. I love mystery stories. They are exciting and make me think. I lay on my bed and started reading. The main character was a smart detective. She solved hard cases. I read for hours. I couldn't stop reading. The story was very interesting. Later, I took a break. I went downstairs to have dinner. My mom made spaghetti. It is one of my favorite meals. The sauce was thick and tasty. We all sat together and ate. After dinner, I asked my dad if he wanted to go for a walk. He said yes. We walked around the neighborhood. The sky was getting dark. Stars were starting to appear. The air was cool and quiet. We talked about many things. I told him about my book and about Grandma's garden. He told me about his work. I like talking with my dad. He listens and gives good advice. When we got home, I went to my room. I listened to music and drew in my sketchbook. I drew the flowers from Grandma's garden. I used red, yellow, and purple for the flowers. Before bed, I wrote in my diary. I wrote about my day. I wrote about my visit to my grandparents, my book, and my evening walk. I felt happy and calm. I brushed my teeth, changed into pajamas, and said goodnight to my family. Then I got into bed. I thought about the nice things I did today. I felt sleepy. I closed my eyes and smiled. Then I fell asleep. The next morning, I woke up early again. The sun was bright. I felt full of energy. I decided to bake cookies. I went to the kitchen and looked for ingredients. My mom helped me. We made chocolate chip cookies. I love baking. I mixed the dough and shaped the cookies. The kitchen smelled very good. When the cookies were ready, I tasted one. It was soft and sweet. Later, I packed some cookies in a small box. I went to the park and met Emma again. She was happy to see me. I gave her the cookies. She took one and smiled. "These are so good," she said. We sat on a bench and talked. We saw people walking, kids playing, and some families having picnics. It was a beautiful summer day. We walked around the park. We saw children flying kites. The kites were red, blue, and green. They looked pretty in the sky. We found a quiet place under a tree. We sat down and talked about the future. Emma wants to be a doctor. I want to be an artist. We promised to support each other and stay best friends. In the afternoon, we went to the library. The library is big and quiet. There are many books. I love the library. I feel calm there. We looked around and picked some books. I chose a fantasy novel. Emma picked a science book. We sat in a quiet corner and read. My story was about a magical world with strange animals. I imagined the places in my mind. After reading, we left the library and said goodbye. I walked back home. My mom was in the garden. She was watering the plants. I joined her. We talked and laughed together. I helped her pull out some weeds. The flowers looked fresh and colorful. I liked helping her in the garden. In the evening, we had a barbecue. My dad grilled burgers and hot dogs. I helped him bring out the plates and drinks. The sky was clear, and we saw stars again. We sat in the backyard and ate together. The food smelled amazing. After dinner, I went to my room. I drew the magical world from my book. I drew castles, dragons, and forests. It was a fun drawing. Before bed, I wrote in my diary again. I wrote about baking, the park, the library, and the barbecue. I felt happy and relaxed. I brushed my teeth and put on my pajamas. I said goodnight to my family and got into bed. I closed my eyes and thought about all the small, happy things. It was a perfect summer day. I felt thankful and peaceful. Then I fell asleep. The next day, I woke up early again. The sun was shining and the air felt fresh. I opened my window and looked outside. The sky was blue and the trees were moving gently in the wind. I smiled and stretched my arms. I felt ready for another nice day. I got out of bed and went to the bathroom. I washed my face and brushed my teeth. Then I combed my hair and got dressed. I wore light blue jeans and a pink shirt. I walked into the kitchen. My mom was already there. She was making breakfast again. Today she made oatmeal with apples and honey. It smelled sweet and warm. I helped her set the table. We placed bowls, spoons, and glasses of milk. Tim came in and sat down. He looked sleepy, but he smiled when he saw the oatmeal. We all ate together. It was quiet and calm. I liked mornings like this. After breakfast, I read a few pages from my book. Then I packed a small bag. I put my sketchbook, pencils, and a bottle of water inside. I told my mom I was going to the park again. She smiled and said, "Enjoy your day." I walked to the park slowly. The weather was perfect. The birds were singing, and the flowers were bright and colorful. I found a bench near the trees and sat down. I opened my sketchbook and started drawing. I drew the pond, the ducks swimming, and the tall trees around it. I added little details like flowers and butterflies. Drawing made me feel peaceful. After some time, Emma arrived. She sat beside me and looked at my drawing. She said, "This is beautiful." I smiled and thanked her. Then we walked around the park together. We stopped at the pond and watched the ducks. Some people were feeding them bread. The ducks made funny sounds and moved quickly in the water. We laughed. Then we walked to a small bridge over a stream. We leaned on the rail and listened to the water. It made a soft sound. We didn't speak. We just watched and listened. After that, we walked to a sunny spot and sat on the grass. We talked about books, school, and favorite foods. Emma told me she wants to learn how to cook. I said I want to learn how to paint better. We shared dreams and ideas. Time passed slowly. It felt good to sit outside and just talk. In the afternoon, we went to the small cafe near the park. It was quiet inside. We sat near the window. I ordered lemonade. Emma got iced tea. We also shared a chocolate muffin. The cafe played soft music. We talked about our week and what we want to do next. We didn't rush. We had plenty of time. Later, we said goodbye. Emma had to go help her mom at home. I stayed in the park a little longer. I sat under a tree and read my book. A little girl walked by with her dog. She waved at me and I waved back. Her dog barked once, then kept walking. I smiled and went back to my book. After a while, I went home. My mom was folding clothes. She asked me about my day. I told her about the ducks and the cafe. She listened and smiled. Then I helped her for a bit. We folded clothes together. We talked while we worked. I liked spending time like that. When we finished, I went to my room. I looked at my sketchbook again. I added some color to the trees and water. Then I listened to music and relaxed. My brother came in and asked if I wanted to play a game. We played a card game on the floor. It was fun. Tim won 2 times, and I won once. In the evening, we had soup and bread for dinner. The soup was hot and had vegetables and noodles. I helped serve the soup and carry the bread to the table. We all ate and talked. After dinner, we cleaned up the kitchen. I dried the dishes while my mom washed them. Later, we all sat in the living room. My dad turned on a nature documentary. It showed mountains, rivers, and animals. We watched and learned new things. Tim asked many questions. My dad answered them with a smile. I liked the music in the show. It was soft and relaxing. Before bed, I went to my room and wrote in my diary again. I wrote about the ducks, the cafe, and my drawing. I wrote that I was feeling calm and happy. I put my diary away and looked out the window. The stars were out. The sky was dark and clear. I saw the moon and felt peaceful. I brushed my teeth and changed into my pajamas. I said goodnight to my family. Then I got into bed. I closed my eyes and thought about the day. Nothing big happened, but it was still special. I spent time with people I love. I did things I enjoy. That was enough. As I lay in bed, I listened to the wind outside. It moved the trees softly. I felt sleepy and warm under my blanket. I smiled. Then I slowly fell asleep, dreaming about summer days, blue skies, and quiet moments. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More inspiring stories are coming soon.